My name is Chris Dudo and I'm the Goalie Gear Snob. And if you look behind me, you'll see that there's a slot missing in the gallery wall. And I'm going to open this big box right here and I'm going to put the gear over there and I'm going to show you my new custom set. So let's check it out and open it together. So yes, I'm going to be unboxing another custom set here today and I'm going to go over all the specs and talk about it. But I did just want to preface this that I was not expecting this set today. This set looks like it's about 2 weeks early than I was expecting it, and I'm not sure if that was a special kind of thing from the manufacturer or if that is just the current lead time. But once I unbox it and talk a little bit more about it, I'll kind of go over some of that and see if maybe that is the case here. But I just received this box at the time of this recording. It is a Monday morning. I did not even open this yet. This is completely, it's kind of caught me off guard, to be completely honest. I was expecting this set in about another week or two, but I'm really happy that it is here now. I was so excited that I even forgot to turn on my light above my 1997 Jakks Pacific WWF wrestlers. So that light is on now, so you can check out some of those wrestlers there. And yeah, so I'm going to open this box up. So I have my knife right here, and I'm not kidding. This box is like entirely never been opened. So I'm going to open it up now, and we're going to go over everything that's inside of it. Is this like box opening ASMR? Do people like this? Do you want to hear this of me just ripping security tape and shipping tape? I don't know if that's a thing or not, but I'm doing it. I'm just really excited. Haphazardly using a knife. Don't worry about it. Man, I'm already so excited. Yes. Oh man, I got another CCM Axis XF Pro set. So if you notice, the retro brown set is not there. And if you remember in my kind of like initial 3-month review, there's some specs I talked about that I didn't quite love. And so I decided to change it and reorder a few things here. So I have the spec sheet open behind me. I'll grab my mouse and put it over here so it's a little bit easier to kind of look at. But I'm just so excited at this right here. So again, I'm opening this up brand new for the first time. Yeah, look at this. This looks absolutely phenomenal. So I just so excited. Really can't even talk that much. But I have done nothing to adjust this. You just saw me open this brand new. So I'm pretty happy with this right here. Definitely some adjustments needed, but I'm very happy with this right here. So this is the Axis XF Pro. I switched to a 590 brake. I was kind of get into that, a little bit later, but just want to kind of show the initial unboxing here. And the colors are all white. And then I did some silver solid, silver weave, and white weave right here. And I will kind of try to show that off right there to add some depth to the graphic. And I went with silver nylon and some silver Gen Pro on the backhand with green binding. And I did the silver lace as well. And the embroidery on this glove is heel. And I'll show you the blocker here in a second. So now that I am opening this up, this is the blocker right here. Like, I just absolutely love how clean this is. So again, CCM Axis XF Pro blocker. In a white Gen Pro, some silver nylon. Yeah, this looks absolutely fantastic. So again, white weave right here, silver weave, silver Gen Pro. Rest is white Gen Pro. And wow, it's actually pretty sick. I have a hit of silver weave on the back here as well, a little bit more silver weave. I did a few different kind of like colored zones to get a little bit more silver. But yeah, this is, oh man, a fresh blocker with the black hex palm. Like, this is phenomenal. I absolutely love this. Again, white, green, green binding throughout. And then, yeah, just the silver nylon on the back. This looks absolutely phenomenal. And the embroidery I have right here is Hurt So I will get into this for a small second. So as you can tell, I have a lot of wrestlers behind me. Those are all of my ones from my childhood, from when I cleared out my parents' house. Those are all of my childhood wrestlers and stuff I've collected back there. The bottom shelf is a few more wrestlers that I've collected after doing some figure hunting and toy hunting with Chelsea. And then on the wall, I have some really cool special ones. I have all my AEW figures right here, some special ones that I like. Oh, and my very rare CM Punks that I paid a lot of money for. But I have all those sitting behind me. But one of my favorite wrestlers was Bray Wyatt. His real name was Wyndham Rotunda. His character, The Fiend, was one of my most favorite ones in past times. Sadly, tragically passed away last year, just over a year or so ago. And so the embroidery that I did on the glove and blocker says hurt and heal, which is something that he used to have on his gloves of the Fiend character. So I'm a wrestling nerd, but hearing his passing was just reminding me a lot of my family and other things like that. So a little bit different for me to get something other than have fun here, but just another cool little thing. And yeah, I really like wrestling, that I got it embroidered on the back of my glove and blocker. But now that you know that story, I'm going to open the leg pads. Bear with me while I open everything. Again, this is a real, true unboxing. I'm not lying. I'm not making anything up. Like, I really just had these delivered and I opened everything up and just started filming. So, oh man, I am so happy. Yes, this is another CCM Axis XF Pro pad. This is basically the NHL spec version, the Pro, the more high-end one. And I did a very white colored pad with the white weave right here, silver weave, silver Gen Pro. And yeah, this just looks so clean. I absolutely love how this is looking here. So let's see. CCM stopped putting the size on their pads, which I'm a little bummed out about. It just says size senior. They used to actually write the size on there, but these are 32 plus 1, same size as I had before. But I'm sure you're thinking now, and I'll just address it. Chris, you had a really sick custom retro looking set with green accents. It looked great. It looked unique. Everyone loved it. Why did you go to such a white base set? Why did you get such a boring neutral color set? And I'll answer that in kind of 3 parts. So the first one is, the more people like my gear, the more I don't want to wear it. If you can tell anything about me, is I like doing things my own way and standing on my soapbox. So I wanted to look a little bit more unique. And a lot of people are starting to do retro again. It's starting to get a little bit more popular, and I just don't like that. I want my own unique look that I look. Yeah, it's kind of cool that some people like it and appreciate it, but like, I want my own unique look. Second part is with the Dallas Stars, specifically being the emergency backup. I am asked to wear neutral colored gear. So the G7 set was actually okayed by their goalie coach that allowed it, and even kind of was like, it is a little bit too much green, a little bit more stars colored. It is what it is. Reeser liked my retro set more, but he said it just didn't quite match everyone. So I went with neutral colors that would pretty much match everything. So I did the colored logos to give a little bit more kind of accent towards the stars. But when you look at the rest of the gear, I wanted it to look very white and light colored, just to match anyone and everyone. So that is why I did that here. And the final part is on that retro set. When you specifically look back and watch the video where I talk about, everything that I liked on it and I didn't like on it, I specifically mentioned that there were some issues with the left pad, specifically the straight profile, the glove break, and then some of the strapping. So I reordered the pads in a color that I think is a little bit more neutral and very unique to me. And I actually wanted to try to fix a lot of those spec issues. So this is a pre-curved pad. It is not a straight pad. I still have the strap here coming out of the knee block, but I'm going to try to keep this strap on a little bit more. I'm going to try to adjust the strapping to a little bit more to my preference, my style, and I got that lower calf strap removed. But that is the quick little soapbox mention on all of the gear here. But I am going to put this pad over here and talk a little bit more about this XF Pro line. So now that I have the right pad out here in front of me, I'm just going to go based off of my order acknowledgement and basically just go over all the specs. So when you custom order a gear through CCM, Sometimes customers don't see this from the retail side, but when I was working for the last retailer and was doing custom orders, 10 a week, I would see these order acknowledgement sheets a lot. So basically, after the retailer submits the order to the manufacturer, so in this case to CCM, CCM will basically just say, hey, here's an Excel spreadsheet. Does everything look good? And you confirm that, and then that's how we kind of go forward. So I received this from CCM and from Kaylie, so I'm looking through here. So quantity 1, size 32 plus 1. Again, it's not on the pad, but I can just tell this is a plus 1. This is not a tall pad. The knee cradle is recessed foam with removable knee cradle wrap, which means this Velcro piece right here is actually entirely removable, and it runs through the core lacing and through this little kind of Gen Pro tab right here. Toe arrangement is the PU toe bridge 3-hole with skate lace. PU is just a polyurethane Gen Pro that they have, and that there's no foam inside of it. It's very flexible, and it has the 3 holes right here. I've grown to like this, so I decided to order it again. The knee landing is 3D grip. I really do like this grip. I like it a little bit more than Suregrip. I feel that it kind of elevates me a little bit more, so I chose to get it again. Also, I actually do like the grip. When I drop down, I feel like it kind of holds my knee pad a little bit better. Flex option, pre-curve, single break core, single break outer roll. You can see the break and outer roll right here. You can see the pre-curve and a little bit stiffer, of course, but I can already tell that's a little bit more flexible than the straight profile. Knee strap, we have below knee fixed single, which is a strap that runs out of the knee block that comes down. Leg channel is tight fit, quick motion 2, and I can tell that this is moved in towards the inside edge a little bit more, so this is going to be considered your tight fit, and it has the new quick motion strapping system, the second version of it, which is adjustable. Leg and boot channel, shallow, soft, and yes, that is a pretty flexible boot. I like that in this, where you can kind of hit the post and push off and explode. I almost dropped the pad, but I really like that you can do that. And then as I scroll down a little bit more, you have the bootstrap options. No bootstrap. I don't like a bootstrap. I don't think that they're necessary anymore. I really like the flare and what I get without that. Thigh protector tab. I don't have the lace tab up here. I don't want anything right there. I want it to be nice and clean. I'm not Scott Wedgwood. I did not switch back to thigh wraps. And then face foam options. I ordered the Infinite Power Rebound, which they actually put a little tag on here that shows you what it is. So the Infinite Power Rebound is a little bit stiffer. It is not the stiffest option that CCM offers on the Axis XF Pro, but it is a little bit stiffer, and I really do like that. I want to be able to kick rebounds out, which I really did like on the original XF Pro set that I had. And then embroidery down here says have fun in green. And I'm just looking at all the color options and everything here. Everything looks absolutely spot on. So getting into the blocker here, more with the specs. I thought the Axis XF Pro blocker was great. Like, I really liked it. It did break down a little bit faster than I kind of imagined, but I really like how it performed when I was on the ice with the Stars and in a lot of those summer practices. That XF Pro set, the retro one, the Camel one, I wore that a lot in summer practices. I pretty much alternated that with my G7 set up until like 2 weeks ago. So I was really liking how it was performing. The only negative I had was the zipper on the blocker would slowly loosen up, and I was worried a puck would hit it and break it. So I had to continuously like kind of tuck it down there. And also, I did originally mention it, but I reached out for a blocker save. Someone kind of fell on my hand and it snapped the board forward, like not entirely in half, but it severely bent the blocker board. So I had to reshape it and put it back in, but that's just something that happened. But I think overall, the blocker is so comfortable and so nice, and I really think that CCM and their new style, it's way better than some of the old kind of thicker LaFay style blockers. This new lighter weight one with a thin nose, like in the thin shape, the weight is phenomenal. Huge fan. That's my soapbox. Let's get into the specs. Regular hand, intermediate palm size. I can tell this palm is nice and thin. Gray palm with black overlay. Again, I like the darker color right here just because I use grip tape. So I'd actually prefer that the palm is black instead of a Nash anyway, just so it doesn't look as dirty over time. And I think this hex overlay is really comfortable for grip. It doesn't bunch up on the hand, which, you know, is really nice. So I'm a huge fan of that, so I opted with it again. Then you have your hand fit option with the regular and loose. Loose is actually, it's kind of like the depth. So I like a really tight hand, so I did the regular fit here, so I have a lot of control. Straight finger protection. I don't like the curved one that dips down. I want it to be a little bit more open. So that is what I did right there. And again, the embroidery up here says hurt, as where the glove says heal. Again, huge fan of that. So I really like how this came out. And yeah, this is just what it looks like straight out of the box. Like, great finger mobility. It's very comfortable. Huge fan of this and how it came out. I think it looks super clean. I really like the green binding. It's just kind of like a pop of that color. But if I have to dress for any other team, I feel like a binding color is not really going to make or break matching. You still get a lot of good kind of neutral-ish colors here. So really a big fan of this. But now I'm going to show you guys the glove and talk a little bit more about what I wanted to change. So this is the XF Pro glove right here. And yes, I switched back to a 590. So when I kind of did inventory of my current sets and things I have sitting around here, I realized that the Retro 580 was technically the outlier. And while a lot of people have known me to like 580 gloves, and that is something that I started to prefer, this past summer, I was just absolutely getting torched down low with having to rotate my hand down. So 580 gloves close a lot up here. So as where the 590 is over here, the 580 is more up here. It is very upright, kind of a thumbs up hand position. My one ring light just died, so sorry about that. But I was getting torched down low. But when I did use a 590 for a few practices this summer, I really liked that closure and what I was being able to kind of move and articulate my hand down low. So I just opted to go back to a 590. I mean, I have a lot of 75, 60-degree break gloves already, so I just figured I'd go with something that is a little bit more like that. So that's why I did the 590 right here. So going through all the specs, this is a game ready with D3O. That was the other big change that I wanted to kind of get away from in the 580 and that Camel set. I did a Pro Palm, and the Pro Palm was getting very heavy, and the more I sweat into it, the heavier it got, and just the closure wasn't getting there where I wanted it. And it was very protective. Don't get me wrong. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. It was just a little bit too much for me. So I opted to go back to the Game Ready with D3O, which is what I had in the Bronze Axis 2 set. And I figured if I use that for a whole season as an emergency backup and never took any major stingers in it and was never worried, I thought I could go back to a Game Ready with D3O here. So when you look at the glove, also the dead giveaway of D3O is CCM puts a little tag on it. But when you're looking at the palm right here, there's no stitching running through. It's just a giant flat piece. That's how you can tell it's D3O. Also, it is raised up, so if you're looking at the glove, you could tell. But specifically with the CCM gloves, and what I think a lot of people haven't really noticed, but I want to bring some attention to, is that they've changed the palm shape and where that padding goes. So you can see how there's just a semicircle from the finger side over. There's nothing that runs back up right here. That actually allows for a little bit of better closure. So I think it's something very unique that CCM did that not a lot of people noticed. I mean, I tried to call it out on the Axis 2 video, but it's just something I did want to mention there, that the closure is pretty solid right out of the box. Again, I've done nothing to adjust this. So take that as you will, but I'm really liking how this came out right here. The palm size I also did was intermediate, and I can definitely tell this is a tighter fitting glove. And then I did a gray Suregrip on the inside, which very tough to see because it's all the way in where the hand physically is, but I'm looking at it. Trust me, that's Suregrip. I really like that. The other thing I did want to call out is that CCM does identify the breaks in all of their gloves. So on the inside right here, that little red tag says 590 Game Ready. You can see the D3O right there. So I've adjusted the glove more to my liking now, and this is the closure after me having my hand in it for a few minutes and kind of starting to work it in. So I'm really liking this. I'm really liking the feel of it. The pinky seems a little bit tight with this pinky loop down here, so I might have to adjust that a little bit more. But yeah, that's what the glove looks like, and I am a huge fan of how this is feeling right now. But that's what it's looking like right here. So let's take a look at that closure. That's pretty solid for right out of the box. So before anyone asks, no, the Camel Set is not for sale. It has already been sold to my buddy Mike. So what I plan on doing over the next little bit is actually trying to see if I can get him and I on the ice together for a session. Maybe mic us up, have us stand next to one another, and kind of talk about some of those comparisons of the 580 versus the 590, etc. So we'll see if that happens. But at the least, I'm definitely going to be doing another video to compare those things if we cannot get on the ice. So if you want to see those spec differences between the 580, 590, straight profile, strapping, etc., I will be putting another video out on that. And yes, I'm going to be doing another review on this set down the line after I start using them more, and I can provide some more feedback on the difference of how I felt using the 590 for 3-4 months, how I felt using that pre-curve for 3 or 4 months. So that is the plan there. So I'm just really excited that I got this set on a Monday morning. I'm going to be taking a lot of photos of these, a lot of videos of these, and I can't wait to post them across social. So I hope you guys get to enjoy this. My name is Chris Dudo, and I'm the Goalie Gear Snob, and thanks for watching. If you'd like to see the Camel Set, please check that unboxing video right there. Or if you would like to watch more NHL warm-up videos, please click that playlist right there. And as always, please don't forget to subscribe.